Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for August 16th through the 22nd. It is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, excuse me, definitely check out those other placements. I wanted to say sorry because your video should have come out with everybody else's yesterday. There was an issue. I know you guys are patient with me, so I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. We're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future. As you know, we'll clarify that and then we'll get into your energy and your person's energy. All right, so if you'd like a personal reading, that information's in the description box below. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for all of your support. All right, guys, let's shuffle up and see what's going on. This is for Cancer. Actually, we're going to get a good shuffle. So I see the Three of Swords in reverse. There was an Eight of Cups. Something about walking away from pain, old pain, which we've been doing for a long time. A lot of Cancers. So in your recent past, we have the Hermit card, the Ten of Swords, and the Temperance. So in the current energy, we have the Justice card with the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. In the near future, we have the Nine of Cups with the Four of Cups in reverse and the Star in reverse. And then your overall energy for this week is the Nine of Wands. So I actually like this card. It doesn't always represent the same things for me. In this case, it feels like they just said, those are all your trophies in the background for all the things that you've overcome. Yes, I don't think we're ever going to stop telling Cancers how amazing they are for having overcome all the things that they have in this life, because it's been a tough one. So this is like standing up front in front of all of that and saying, I'm really proud. You know, I've gotten past a lot of difficult times in my life. I'm still hanging on, even if it's by a thread sometimes, but I'm still hanging on and I'm here for it. And you recognize that, you know, we're always going to experience some kind of difficulty in life. There's never going to be a complete smooth sailing. It wouldn't make sense if it did. So I do sense there's still some things. We'll pick up on what it is, but I feel like there's good as well for the next week. And again, this is just for the week's energy, so let's see what's going on for you guys. In the recent past, we have the Hermit card, the Ten of Swords, and the Temperance card. To me, I think there's a part of you that is saying, you know what, I'm done even feeling this, thinking about this, going through this. I've done the work. I don't want to sit in this place anymore. So Temperance in reverse, yes, it could be very much about, I just don't have the patience for it. I've already licked these wounds and I don't need to continue to go over all of the betrayals and the pains. And I like that energy. So there's a part of you that has sort of let it go. Like, I've gone through this, I've done the work, I've healed. Now I just kind of want to move forward. I don't really want to focus on that anymore. So I really like that energy. Now, are we going to have people that disappoint us, like I said in the beginning? Sure. But in this case, it's like, God, I'm just free of it for a little bit. I just kind of don't want it. I don't want to wear it anymore. Okay, so we'll clarify that in just a moment. In the current energy, we have the Justice card with the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I think this is finding that balance between what has been and what is now. And the Queen of Wands in reverse could still feel a little bit hesitant about connecting with people and opening up. So are those wounds still there? Yes. Do you want to leave that stuff in the past? Absolutely. Is it easy to pick up and move forward? Not always. Because in this case, sometimes, you know, when you've connected so much with people and open up so easily, you find yourself after healing saying, well, I still want to be cautious. And the Queen of Wands in reverse is not feeling that rush to go out and connect on a deep level necessarily. It doesn't mean that you won't. It doesn't mean that you don't want to. It just means that I feel like you're a little bit more guarded before you go out and offer somebody something really stable. Justice is all about feeling that way within. And sometimes we need time before we explore outside and connect with people after having cleaned house, if you will. So Justice just tells me that there is a sense of finding balance in your current energy before you take that step forward again to go get intimately, deeply involved with other people. Okay. So you may still have some people in your life. Like, not all of you are without relationships. And it could just be in those you want to be cautious as well. If you've worked things out with a partner and you're in a good place, that's fantastic. This could also just be other energies that you've dealt with that you've decided, I still want to kind of hold back before I, push forward into trying to create new or even mend some of the older situations. Now, in the near future, we have the Nine of Cups with the Four of Cups in reverse and the Star in reverse. So this is clearly saying, make sure that you still keep your eyes open, though, because what you've wished for in the past, this is still some healing that's needed in order for you to find that fulfillment. Now, healing never ends. So is there an end point? No. But what they're saying is what you wish for is possible, but you have to keep your eyes open. In reverse, even in the upright, he's not looking at the cup. So in reverse, it's like open yourself up just a little bit more so that you still have clarity. You don't want to miss someone who crosses your path that's a good person because there are some things from the past that maybe that person reminds you of someone or something could be triggered. In this case, I'd say that it's just going to tell you, okay, that's one more little thing. Yes, this journey can be exhausting at times, but you will get past those things. And yes, you'll get to a place where you can actually trust somebody again, or other people, friends. If you choose to keep certain people out, then those people were meant to stay out. But right now, I think they just want you to focus on what's important to you and don't stop dreaming and wishing for the things that you want, because the Nine of Cups tells me that your wish fulfillment is coming true. It's coming to you in the near future because you have in the past put so much effort into other people that maybe didn't give, and now it's like that karmic reward. So the Star in reverse doesn't mean that it isn't here yet. You just don't necessarily see that it's coming to you. It's coming in bits and pieces. So that's a beautiful card to have in the near future. It's every step of the way. I'd love to hear from you guys about, if you want to share. That's, if you don't, I understand, but the little progresses that you feel like you've made through these difficult years that we've discussed in the last few readings. Okay, so let's clarify this and see what's going on. Now, there is somebody's energy that I'm picking up on. Now, I felt like there was a new coming. You guys are probably tired of hearing about the ex, but I do sense that there's someone. It could be a Virgo, a Libra, an Aquarius, a Sagittarius. Those are the strongest energies, so I'm going to say those. This is somebody who has been wounded themselves, but their energy is very much about, right now they're in that mode where they're trying to do their inner reflection, and there's kind of a sense of a woe is me. And if that resonates for you, that means you know who I'm talking about, that may play the victim pretty often, or they don't have time to focus on other people because they focus so much on all the things that have happened to themselves. And I get that. People do that sometimes. So if you're dealing with somebody like this, you know who I'm talking about. This is someone who, actually, now that I'm looking at the cards in the other direction, it looks like this person really wants to find balance because they know that you're their wish fulfillment. You guys could be shaking your heads as I'm saying this because I'm shaking mine, saying there's no way. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Whatever's in the past is in the past. Some of you have met new people, so you're just moving on. But their energy's here, so I just thought I'd tell you because some of you may want to know what's going on with that person. They may have, hurt you quite a bit, and now they're doing the suffering. Not that I want anyone to suffer, but, when somebody hurts you, they have to go through their own karma, if you will, or their own pain to understand what they put you through. And then we have the Page of Cups. So could they want to come towards you? Maybe, but then I see the Devil pops up and the Five of Wands in reverse. So they seem to want to come and tell you that they understand where there's been mistakes or been trouble. I feel like this person had codependency issues. But the other thing is that they're extremely passionate still about you. So I think they have trouble. They have internal battles on a regular about what they lost or the opportunity they may have missed out on with you. And a part of them wants to come forward. I think their ego's getting in the way of that, though. That's what the devil is representing for me right now, is their ego. Even though they're trying to be self-reflective, they have a hard time balancing things out because they stay in that egotistical place. Okay. And this could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. And then we have the Page of Swords. So that is somebody who wants to speak up and say how they feel. But look at the look in his eyes. It looks kind of devilish to me. So it may not be something that's straightforward. You just have to kind of gauge for yourself, depending on your circumstances, if this person does decide to come forward. They definitely have something to say. Now, we've been talking about this, and I've heard readings myself for a really long time that somebody's coming forward, and they haven't. Not for myself, and I don't know for you guys. And if they haven't, they haven't. It's just that you're deeply on their mind. All right. So let's see with the Ten of Swords, sorry, and the Temperance in reverse. Then we have the Judgment in reverse. So just trying to find your own balance within your own home situation, your own happiness, losing patience with people. That makes sense. The Moon in reverse. Could there be some fears? Yes, because moving forward into something else, I don't know why I'm coughing. So sorry, guys. Could be a little bit scary. This is fear of, are things going to break apart again? It wasn't happy in the past. Can it be happy in the future? The Moon in reverse just says you're still kind of holding back because there was a feeling of, I've been screwed over in the past. I don't want to go through this again. So that's why the impatience and the Ten of Wands comes in, the Temperance in that card, because it's saying that you don't have the patience to hold on to this stuff anymore. You want to release it. So you will be, or you already have, and that's going to create that shift for you that actually turns that justice that's upside down into the right side up, and then you can move forward. Now, whether you want to offer something to someone, or this could be also, they're talking about for work. Now, specifically, I just saw somebody, this is going to sound so simple, but I just saw somebody walking down the street. It's like when you're in the most odd place, something's going to pop into your head and you're going to be like, oh, that's my next move. So the Knight of Coins is showing up to me now as I'm moving along and I have an epiphany moment, and then I can take action towards the direction that I want to go. So you could have a very stable job right now, and then something pops up and you're thinking, okay, I have a little extra time on the weekends. Maybe I'll also follow that. Could this be an energy coming towards you as well? I feel like this is very much work. I can't sense that this is love energy. So I just feel like this is people that would be very supportive of you if you chose to do that something else. It could be a creative project. We always talk about this. There's lots of different options. But in this case, I'd say something's going to come to you in the next week or so, and it could be completely different than what you've been doing, and it could be very lucrative. So I'd say definitely follow that intuitive hit. All right, so let's look at the Justice with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. This is for Cancer. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, not wanting to juggle anymore. I love that. The Emperor comes in, and then you have Temperance in the upright. This couldn't be any more incredible. You have Temperance in reverse and you have Justice in reverse. Now you have Justice in the upright and Temperance in the upright. And then the Lover's card. So this could be for some of you that have met someone in your current energy, and this person is showing up the way that they're meant to. Strong, independent, whether it be male or female. They have all the tools. They could be just really intelligent and strong and lots of incredible things. So last week's reading was all about you finally meeting somebody. So hopefully for some of you, you have. I've read some of the comments and you have, and I'm so excited for you all. And then for others of you, now this energy is starting to work up, and you're going to find that the more patient you are, the easier it is. Yes, you can keep control of what's going on in your world. It shows that you don't want to go back and forth with that past energy anymore. So then the Emperor shows up to show you that, yes, there are real women out there that are strong and loving. that won't mess over my Cancer males. And the same for the females. Or even if you're same sex, it doesn't matter. It's having that energy that shows up for you regardless of gender, that you love, that is on equal ground with you, that is as strong as you and respects you for your strength, is what I feel. This person admires the strength that you have, because Cancers are really strong. They get misinterpreted a lot for just being the emotional sign, but that emotion for you is your intuitiveness. And what really knocks people off is when a Cancer tells you the truth about something and people don't like it. They don't like it because they know you know. And that's what they don't like about it. So there could be rejection that you've dealt with in the past just because you could feel things and you'd say things to people and they couldn't handle the fact that you knew the truth about something. And I guarantee you've dealt with this at least once in your life, where somebody would tell you when you knew damn good and well that what you were saying was the truth and they denied you. It happens all the time. So this person won't do that, is what I feel. You're going to stand, because your energy has shifted so much and you are releasing all that stuff from the past. This is allowing you to stand up and say, I'm not going to accept anyone who doesn't see me the way that I am, as strong as I am. I'm not just emotional. I'm intuitive, yes, but I'm also very strong. So I love that energy. And that is in a love relationship, because we had the Lovers come up. And then we had the Nine of Swords in reverse saying, and then look at that. Here comes the King of Swords, someone who tells the truth. This could also be your energy. Like, I'm cutting off anything and anyone that brings any kind of drama or difficulty to my life in love relationships. I'm just not going to deal with it. You're not going to look at anybody's cup. No offer, unless they bring clarity, integrity, and all of the above. Okay. And I don't think you're going to move too quickly in any relationship moving forward, even if you've just started seeing somebody. I feel like you're going to, tiptoe your way in. Cancers love very quickly and very hard. And I just think that this time, I think you're going to take your time. You're just going to be patient and let things grow and understand that that might be a much safer way for you to do so. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's you being guarded. The Sun in reverse because of the pain of the past. Yeah. And then the Two of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So let's talk about money and finances for just a second. There's something that may have felt like it had depleted you. Now, there could also be an area where you weren't as happy with the type of money you were making, and that's what's pushing you in the different direction for your career and or the project that you want to work on. Or it could just be that you want to shift out of what you're doing completely and move in a totally new direction, and you're shocking yourself and other people. So right now, it's what I'm feeling is that you need to find the very specific thing that's going to make you happy. So if difficulties in the past were what kept you in a place of feeling unsure, you need to make a decision, because your heart has to be in it as well. And they're asking right here to make a clear decision about which direction. You will be supportive, but you'll know in your gut. You'll get that feeling like, this feels right, or no, that doesn't feel right, especially when it comes to a partner. So there could also be that decision. If somebody had tried to show up in the past, you may have already denied them because they just didn't make you happy. And you may feel a little bit stuck about that, because it's difficult when you do still love someone and you just know that they can't show up the way that you need them to. So I feel like there's that part of you that's still a little bit guarded and doesn't want to connect in that way. But with the job, I do think it may be a little bit tough at first if you make a shift, but I feel like it's going to turn around. It just feels good. It feels like your energy is, that patience is what I'm talking about. So move towards that, take that chance, because it does feel right. All right, let's look at the Nine of Cups. And this is wish fulfillment. So that's great. Something could be coming up this week. Even if it's not something large, you could just feel a sense of contentment. Like, even if it's moving slow, I know it's moving. And that feels good. So whether that's in a relationship or changing jobs, or just knowing that you're getting the passion back to move into something different, and just getting yourself together and ready and open for a relationship that you've desired for a long time. All right, so let's clarify the Nine of Cups. We've got the Eight of Swords, the Magician, yeah, that's that manifesting, and the Four of Pentacles. And then we have the Three of Swords. So yes, that's always going to be in the back of your mind. If you've had a lot of heartbreak, disappointments, people, because you were vulnerable, because of people in the past, that's understandable. So the Four of Pentacles is just saying you're going to stay guarded. Are you going to continue to manifest? Yes. Are you stuck? You're not. It may feel so at times, but you're still not held back. She has the ability to get up, remove the chains, and walk out from those swords. With the Magician right in the middle, this tells me you are, no matter what, always manifesting something. And do we sometimes manifest things that aren't the greatest? We can, but I don't feel like that's the case. I just think you're really focused on what ultimately is going to make you happy in the future. And I think you're going to you're going to weather the storm much easier in the future because you have either had difficulties in the past with finances and learned to save. So this feels like you're putting money aside and being more cautious with it. So you could be not greedy, but just keeping that for yourself instead of maybe spending it on other people, which Cancers have a tendency to do. And just being a little bit more guarded. It's not selfish. Being selfish is not selfish. It's good for you. It's good to put that back into yourself. So yes, I do sense that there's a desire to manifest things moving forward. So your energy could be very focused on that this particular week. All right. Just keep your eyes open because I feel like Spirit's trying to bring you at least a little bit of a win so that you feel that passion ignite a little bit more and keep moving forward. That always tells you that you're on the right path as well. If you get that little win and then there's another little win and you're like, okay, I can look back and see how this is progressing, that's an indication that you're definitely going in the right direction. So we have the Ace of Swords, which is all about that new beginning, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. So you may still be a little skittish because you can't see what's coming about, like I said, about opening up to a new love, or you're just being cautious. And the King of Pentacles in reverse, having clarity about what type of financial position maybe you want to be in before you open up to a love situation. So this is going to be for people who are creating their own independence and would rather that be in place first. And Spirit's saying just get really clear about where you want to be before you move forward in a love relationship. Because right now, if you're still not quite there with the King of Pentacles in reverse and you're just not feeling as stable as you'd like to, it doesn't mean that you're not, you don't pay the bills. It just means that you'd like to get to a place where you feel really solid before you move into a relationship. So that could make sense for some of you. All right. So I'm going to clear this and we'll get into your person's energy. So bear with me for just a second. Clear all these. All right. So this is for Cancer and their person, please. Whoever's on your mind, past, present, possible future. All right. So your person's energy, the Sun, you could be dealing with a Leo, Six of Cups in reverse, Temperance, and the Four of Cups. Your energy is the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the World in reverse. The Magician. So the overall energy for it, I think there's a combination of two people wanting to manifest this or create this, but I don't know that either of you is quite in the place of restoring this energy. So this could be for those of you who have dealt with somebody who's been gone from the past, whether you left or they left. Now, if you're in a current relationship, I feel like there's a possibility that you may want to either walk away from the emotional difficulties of it and clear that up, because I don't think you're very confused about it, but we'll get the possible outcome and then we'll talk about that. All right, so the Sun in reverse, your person's not in a very good place. I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual stuff going on, even if they're not aware of it. So your partner may be spiritual or may not be. It's going to be one or the other, but in this case, I'd say they're having trouble with remembering how great things can be, and it's almost kind of like a pessimistic energy. So if you've picked this up from a current partner right now, it's because they just don't see how things could move forward. I don't think this has to do with you necessarily. There could be some arguing and things going on within the relationship, but really what it is that they're having their own kind of what's missing in my life epiphany moments. And that's going to require for them to be patient, not only with you, but themselves while they work through this. Now, if this is somebody from the past, they're not doing very well at all. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, so you are the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the World card. Clearly, this cycle has not closed out for you. Now, are you walking away from emotional difficulties? Yes, there's a lack of confusion. Do you want to move forward with this? It doesn't look like you're taking a lot of action at this point. But that's because I think you needed some clarity for yourself about whether you wanted to either stay in this relationship, walk away from it forever, and close the cycle, or do you hang out? And I just feel like there's kind of an undecided energy. So you may be floating in between. Even if this is somebody from the past, your energy, you could just still think about this person or hear songs or see numbers that remind you. Whatever it is, they could just still be hanging out, and that's part of the reason that you need to walk away from the emotional connection and close it out. And I do think you're going to do that if this is somebody from the past that you just realize there is no getting back together, and that cycle will close out. But right now it still feels very open. Now, if this is somebody you're with and you're trying to decide whether you want to walk away, maybe it's just a need to leave the past in the past and attempt to get past the emotional burdens that were there and work together to see if you can fix those things. All right. Let's look at the romance angels for you. This is for Cancer. We have children, engagement. This could be the one, and deception. Ooh, combination. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Could that be the problem? Absolutely. If your partner's having trouble, or even if you are, or there could have been problems about that in the relationship before you split up. Could you each have children? Yes, this is a very simple card. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, if you are in this relationship and you need to work through these things, could it possibly get to that point? Absolutely. Some of you could have been engaged to this person before it broke apart. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Interesting. And then deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. There's a lot of confusing energy here. I'm not going to lie to you. What I pick up on is I think this person is not deceptive necessarily towards you. They are with themselves. It's almost as if they deny themselves what it is that they feel about you because they have their own internal issues that they're dealing with. All right, so let's get a possible outcome for you. This is for Cancer. All right, so we have the Page of Swords, yes. Definitely some speaking up, but is there going to be a little bit of drama and difficulty? Yeah, I think there's just control issues. There's that deception. But I think this is somebody lying to themselves. I do. Now, if you've dealt with someone who's lied to you and cheated on you and you've had difficulty with them, I get that. I've been there. You could have dealt with that too, and that could be the reason why you're not together now. Frustration just could have kicked in and you're like, I don't really want to hear about this person, but I already know what they did, but their energy's popping back up to say maybe you made the right decision. Now, for those of you that don't feel that way and you just sense that this person has difficulty being honest with themselves, I can see that as well. There might be a little bit of control issues, but basically the Emperor is saying that both of you need to take control of your own stuff. So the Page of Swords is being very clear, not only with self, but with somebody else. So there needs to be working out of what has created the drama and the problems that have kept either yourself or you up, or your partner up at night. And take control back of the situation and work it out, because it feels like you've got two strong energies here that have difficulty getting past sometimes their own inner conflict in order to make things work in the relationship. All right, let's get the Lover's Oracle and see what that has to say. Lover's Oracle. There we go. We have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Like I said, and it's funny because I was thinking about the wish fulfillment part, and I was thinking there's something coming for you guys. And it's going to be different for all of you, but it's going to feel really good. And it could come around in between August and September. And then we have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. That's really good advice. And last but not least, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. All right, so let's get the last bit of your reading. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Get a couple messages from Spirit. This is for Cancer. Mending. Between worlds. I feel that very much. Clean it up. And then orphans. Like I said, I think your person has issues with abandonment. And then round and round. So this is that cycle you feel. If you've been doing this with this person for a long time, you realize that either you've got to fix it, the mending card, or move on. We have mending, which reduces to a 7, and so does the round and round card. It's very much about Spirit looking over the situation. Follow your gut, listen to your intuition, do all those things that we constantly preach about when we talk to you guys about what to do and how to deal with it, because the pain can be so difficult and the emotions can be so deep that it's really hard to see that we're being pushed in one direction or another. Usually something will be ripped out of our lives if it's just not meant to be there anymore. In this case, I'd say there's a possibility for mending for a lot of you. It can't possibly be for all of you. Now, between worlds, this could be where you're feeling like you're leaving that dark stuff behind and going into the light. Beautiful. So some of you are just now at that place where you're finally stepping out of that, either a slight depression, or it could just be a dark moment, and now you're stepping out of that. You do it much easier. Let's put it that way. I feel like a lot of the collective has learned to recognize when they get to that dark place, and they can pull themselves out of it much quicker than they used to be able to. And then we have orphaned. I do feel like that's something that a lot of us have dealt with. We've felt abandoned by a lot of people in our lives, and that's part of the mending process as well. You've been mending, feeling that and releasing it so that you don't carry those issues into any new relationships, so that you don't have to repeat the same lessons. And then we have clean it up. And that's reduces to a 3. I like this because that means you're cleaning up the things in your life, whether you've already cleared out the energies that you don't mesh with anymore, or maybe you're cleaning your house this weekend. It could just be that you need to clean up some things. Cancers have a tendency to like to clean out when they're in a mood because it makes you feel better. You know, you're all about home and family and feeling good in your space. So you may just want to go through and do a nice cleaning, clear out your closet, stuff like that for the weekend. All right, my loves, I hope this helped. Thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you for all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. The personal reading info in the description box. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.